So one of the first points I want to refute that the affirmative talked about was actually talking about weapons and the fear of nuclear weapons. A nuclear power plant has actually never once been used to produce any kind of nuclear weapon. This is due to an agreement that was made with the Soviet Union back in over the 50s. In contradiction to that, old nuclear weapons are actually used to supply about half of our nuclear fuel. So they're recycled instead of being stored away and causing more radiation. 1 in 10 light bulbs in the United States is actually powered by an old nuclear weapon. Another benefit, war-related, would be that if we had more nuclear energy, we'd need less of a need for oil, which would mean there's less of imports, which means less of a chance of war and other country issues. The other point I want to talk about is how nuclear energy is more, renewable energy is safer, nuclear energy is more dangerous. Yes, renewable energy is safer, solar energy, wind energy, things like that, but the 80% fossil fuels and coals and oil burning that produce the rest of it is not safer than nuclear energy. I have a quote from Roger Dustin. He is a researcher at the California Bureau. He talks about how the wind turbines deliver about 20 to 40% of their nameplate production capacity, depending on their location. So if they're not getting the wind needed, as I said in my earlier claim, there's going to be even less than that. The backup power plants will have to deliver the remaining amount of the energy. He also said that these power plants depend on combustion of fossil fuels, natural gases, because it's much less expensive to actually store. As far as nuclear energy, yeah, it's a little more dangerous to store than nuclear radiation, but it's cheaper. Also, a lot of these plants that they go into are like really safe. They're put underground. I know there's one in Nevada, so they're far away from anybody. So the radiation that you're getting from that is so minimal that it has no effect on anybody. As far as it being cheaper, Roger Dustin also gives a quote that since nuclear technology was first introduced in the 1950s, the cost of producing electricity from the nuclear power plants has remained relatively constant, unlike prices of natural gases and petroleum, which again are used to fuel these renewable sources. This means that economically, things haven't changed. So when companies are getting into using a nuclear source, they know how much they're going to have to pay up front. It's not going to be a big surprise. And also, prices are expected to inflate within the next 20 years, which means who knows how expensive fuels are going to be to plan these. Another fact as far as it being safer, the least and most disturbing and most logical way to reduce fossil fuel consumption would be to increase the use of nuclear power plant, not to eliminate it, because decreasing it so drastically would cause more problems, because there would have to be a need to produce more of these renewable sources. Senator Lamar Alexander also gives an example that for every 1,800 nuclear plants that are built, there's about 200,000 wind turbines that are needed to be produced. Because of this, it takes a lot more energy and time and money to make these plants than it would be the nuclear plants. Thank you.